My Ladies 1 Lamentation and Complaint Against the Dean by Jonathan Swift. July 28, 1728. Sure never did man see a wretch like poor Nancy so teased day and night by a dean and a knight. To punish my sins, Sir Arthur begins and gives me a wipe with Skinny, and Snipe too, his malice is plain hallowing the dean. The dean never stops, when he opens his chops I am quite overrun with rebus and pun. Before he came here to sponge for good cheer, I sat with delight from morning till night with two bony thumbs, could rub my old gums, or scratching my nose and jogging my toes, but at present forsooth I must not rub a tooth. When my elbows he sees held up by my knees, my arms like two props supporting my chops, and just as I handle moving all like a pendulum, he trips up my props, and down my chin drops from my head to my heels, like a clock, without wheels, I sink in the spleen, a useless machine. If he had his will, I should never sit still. He comes with his whims, I must move my limbs, I cannot be sweet, without using my feet to lengthen my breath, he tires me to death. By the worst of all squires throw bogs and throw briars, where a cow would be startled I am, in spite of my heart led, and say what I will hold up every hill, till daggled and tattered my spirits quite shattered, I return home at night, and fast out of spite, for I'd rather be dead than it e'er should be said I was better for him in stomach or limb. But now to my diet, no eating in quiet, he's still finding fault too sour or too salt. The wing of a chick I hardly can pick, but trash without measure I swallow with pleasure. Next for his diversion, he rails at my person. What court breeding this is! He takes me to pieces from shoulder to flank. I'm lean, and am lank, my nose long and thin grows down to my chin. My chin will not stay, but meets it halfway. My fingers prolix are 10 crooked sticks. He swears my elbows are 2 iron crows or sharp-pointed rocks, and wear out my smocks to scape them. Sir Arthur is forced to lie farther, or his sides they would gore like the tusks of a bull. Now changing the scene, but still to the dean he loves to be bitter at a lady illiterate if he sees her, but once hell swear she's a dunce, can tell by her looks a hater of books, through each line of her face her folly can trace, which spoils every feature bestowed her by nature, but sense gives a grace to the homeliest face. Wise books and reflection will mend the complexion, a civil divine. I suppose, meaning mine, no lady who wants them can ever be handsome. I guess well enough what he means by this stuff he haws, and he hums at last out, it comes, what madam, no walking, no reading, nor talking. You're now in your prime, make use of your time. Consider before you come to 60 how the husses will fleer, where you appear. That silly old puss would fain be like us, what a figure she made in her tarnished brocade. And then he grows mild, come be a good child, if you are inclined to polish your mind, be adored by the men till 60, and kill with the spleen the jades of 16. Ill show you the way, read 6 hours a day. The wits will frequent ye, and think you but 20. To make you learn faster, ill be your schoolmaster, and leave you to choose the books you peruse. 3. Thus was I drawn in, forgive me my sin. At breakfast he'll ask an account of my task. Put a word out of joint or miss, but a point he rages and frets, his manners forgets, and as I am serious, is very imperious. No book for delight must come in my sight, but instead of new plays, dull Bacon's essays, and pour every day on that nasty Pantheon. 4. If I be not a drudge, let all the world judge. 'Twere better be blind than thus be confined. But while in an ill tone I murder poor Milton, the dean you will swear is at study or prayer. He's all the day sauntering with labourers, bantering among his colleagues, a parcel of Teagues whom he brings in among us, and bribes with mundungus. He little believes how they laugh in their sleeves. Hail fellow, well met, all dirty and wet. Find out, if you can, who's master, who's man, who makes the best figure, the dean or the digger, and which is the best at cracking a jest. Now see how he sits perplexing his wits, in search of a motto, to fix on his grotto. How proudly he talks of zigzags and walks, and all the day raves of cradles and caves, and boasts of his feats, his grottos and seats, shows all his gewgaws and gapes for applause, a fine occupation for one in his station. A hole where a rabbit would scorn to inhabit dug out in an hour, he calls it a bower. But oh how we laugh to see a wild calf come driven by heat, and foul the green seat, or run helter-skelter to his arbor for shelter, where all goes to ruin the dean, has been doing the girls of the village, come flocking for pillage, pull down the fine briars and thorns to make fires. But yet are so kind to leave something behind, no more need be said, aunt I smell, when I tread on't. Dear friend, Dr. Ginny, if I could but win ye or Walmsley or Whaley to come hither daily, since fortune my foe will needs have it so, that I am by her frowns condemned to black gowns, no squire, to be found the neighbourhood round, for under the rose I would rather choose those, if your wives will permit ye come here out of pity to ease a poor lady, and beg her a play-day. So may you be seen no more in the spleen, may Walmsley give wine like a hearty divine. May Whaley disgrace dull Daniel's wayface, and may your 3 spouses let you lie at friends' houses. Footnote 1. Lady Aikson. Footnote 2. See Antipay, WWEB. Footnote 3. Added from the Dean's manuscript. Footnote 4. The Pantheon, containing the mythological systems of the Greeks and Romans, by Andrew Tooke A. Roman 1001st, published 1713. The little work became very popular. The copy I have is of the 36th edition, with plates 1831. It is still in demand, as it deserves to be. Compare Leigh Hunt's remark on the illustrations to the Pantheon, cited by Mr. Coleridge in his notes to Don Juan Canto. I sent Roman 41 Byron's works, edit 1903, W.E.B.